What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Cycle Frontier. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a beginner's guide. This is a pretty hardcore game, definitely hard to jump into if you've never played this style of game before. I don't know if any of you are a fan of Escape from Tarkov, but the Cycle Frontier takes a lot of elements from that. It is definitely the same instance-based hardcore PvPvE FPS looter shooter style of game, which is it's a more hardcore genre of shooter. So if you haven't played something like this before, this guide will definitely help you out. And even if you have and it's your first time jumping in to the Cycle Frontier, you'll definitely find some useful information in this video. But before we jump in, guys, I want to let you know that I have been in contact with the developers of the game, and I have a few keys that I'm giving away on Twitch. So if you haven't yet, come follow me on Twitch. When I go live, I will be giving away a key every single hour. Twitch link is in the description below this video. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in. All right, guys, so when you first jump into the Cycle Frontier, after you finish the main tutorial, you are going to be right here in the hub, right? And the hub is where there is quests you can pick up. There are some shops here. There are crafting stations, your quarters, which is basically your hideout, which you can upgrade. That gives you some benefits and things like that. So we're going to start off. First thing I want to talk to you guys a little bit about here is the inventory and weight system. Right? So if you haven't played a game like this before, I just want you to understand that the inventory system in these type of games usually goes off a weight system. And Tarkov does the exact same thing. So in the Cycle, your inventory system is right here. Right. I'm going to take everything out of my inventory just to show you guys. Okay, so the inventory system in the Cycle Frontier is pretty simple. So if you hit I, you can get to your inventory, or tab will bring it up as well. So right here, this is our inventory. We don't have a backpack equipped. So as you can see here, we have 0 out of 0 weight. We can't put anything in our backpack. We have our safe pockets, which allow us to hold a maximum of 5 weight. That can be upgraded later on, but right now we can only hold a weight of 5 in there. Another thing to add here about the safe pockets is that anything that you put in your safe pockets, right, will come back to your hub with you when you die. Anything on your character, anything in your backpack will be lost on death, and let me tell you, you guys will die. These games are notorious for being very unforgiving, and especially when you're a new player starting out, you're gonna die a lot. But once you start to get the hang of it and know how to rotate around the map and where people are gonna be and monsters and things like that, you're gonna start staying alive. You're gonna get into fights and start winning them. But yeah, just keep in mind, anything you put in your safe pockets will persist after death. You will come out of raid with it. So if you find a rare key or anything like that, usually that's 1 weight. You will be able to fit that in here. Definitely put that in there so that even if you do die, you get to take it back with you, because they're pretty rare and worth good amounts of money. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's how the inventory system works. As you can see here, if I equip a backpack by double clicking it, now I have a maximum of 150. So I can stack items in my backpack up to a weight of 150. And you can see each item has its individual weight. Now, this number down here is the weight of the item. So as you can see right here, these are 2 med kits stacked on top of each other. If I hit shift left click and split it, they're only 25 apiece. So it does combine the weight when you have a stack. So like 50 medium ammo is 5 weight. You guys get the picture there. So next up on the list of things to talk about here is factions and quests. So in the Cycle Frontier, there are 3 factions. Right here, we have the Korolev. And basically what you get to do at each faction is the contracts master in each faction will give you quests. Usually you can only have 1 quest active from each faction at a time. And you do have a level with that faction. As you can see up here, I'm level 4. You gain experience with that faction by completing quests and by selling that faction loot that you found in raid. So if you want to level up a particular faction, you want to sell all your items to that faction. The reason why I explain this is because each faction has its individual armory of items that they sell. So these weapons and things like that are from this specific faction. If we take a run over to another faction, let's go check out ICA. As you can see here, the ICA armory has some different weapons, and then obviously the other faction, Osiris, which is right next door to ICA, has different weapons as well. Right now, I'm currently focusing on leveling up Osiris simply because I like their weapons the best. The Scarab is really, really good, so I do suggest for any new players, focus on leveling up Osiris first, because this Scarab pistol is a 3-round burst pistol that is high damage, easy to control, and it's very good for going in on low budget runs. Next, I want to bring up the fact that you can craft and repair your gear in the Cycle Frontier. So you're going to head over. This is your crafting station right here, the workbench. Obviously, you can see you can craft these massive weapons if you have these materials. I don't have them. But yeah, so basically you will click on an item. You can see what you need to craft that item, and most of these things will all be found in Raid. There's armors, there's restoration shields. Obviously, if you don't know already, the way that the armor system works in this game and the rarity system is basically white is common, green is uncommon, blue is rare, purple is epic, and then you have legendaries, which are like an orangish yellow. But yeah, so use your workbench when you can to craft things like this. Like, you know, it's very easy to make your own backpacks and things like that. All you need is salvaged installation, which is pretty common, and you're going to find a lot of it. So 670 K marks and then 4 salvaged installation. You can craft your own backpacks a little cheaper than buying them from the store. However, if you guys do need to buy some stuff from the store, you can buy stuff from the armory, the faction armory vendors, or you can use the quick shop right here and purchase things like a backpack or armor, helmets, things like that, and consumables, which are really important because you're going to take a lot of damage, especially when you first start playing this game. Next up on the list, I want to talk to you guys about your quarters or your hideout. This is basically your apartment within the hub here. You can do a bunch of upgrades. Now, generators. What a generator is basically something that, you know, being a free-to-play game, it's going to generate currency and things like that for you on a timeline. So if you can see here, you generate a certain amount of K marks per day. So you want to come in here and spend these materials, which you find in Raid. They're pretty common. Use them to upgrade your generators. This will basically make it so like when you log in every day, you're going to get a supply crate with maybe some weapons and items and things like that in it. You're going to get some K marks generated for you, which is great. So definitely focus on upgrading this stuff when you have a chance. But also within your hideout, you can upgrade your inventory right here. You can increase your stash size so you can fit more items in your stash. And right here, which this is what I'm working towards right now, increasing your safe pocket capacity. You want to upgrade this so that you can put more things in your safe pocket so that when you do inevitably die, you can come out of Raid with a lot more stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously your workbench, basically this talent tree will lower the time it costs to do these other upgrades, which are basically time sensitive upgrades. So like if I were to do this one right now and construct it, it would take 2 minutes for it to complete and take effect. So how do you pick up your generated currency and items? You come to your income generator right here. And as you can see, I have a supply crate generated from yesterday. You hit collect. Boom. This is what I got out of my supply crate. So it's pretty cool. So if you run out of stuff, no matter what, every day, if you have your generators going, which everyone does, you will be able to log in and get some items, get some K marks, and get right back on your feet. It's a pretty cool feature. All right, so the next thing I want to talk to you guys here about is a beginner loadout. So this would be a loadout as if this is your first time playing the game. You're going to go in on your first drop either by yourself or with a friend or two or whatever it may be. This is the beginner loadout where it's not high risk, but you have enough to get by, kill some aliens or whatever you need to do, and possibly get into a little bit of a PvP fight. You do find weapons and stuff on the map, so keep that in mind as well. So for an absolute beginner loadout, you don't have access to the Scarab or anything yet. I would suggest going in with a pistol. I would go in with 50 extra bullets, which they go down here. You want to obviously put on a helmet, a backpack, and armor. We need some meds. You probably don't have any weak med kits yet, so what you're going to want to do is take 5 stims. Now, just so you guys know, with this 50 ammo, you see how it's 5 weight? You could always just drag that into your safe pockets so that even if you do die, in the event you die, you save that 50 ammo as well. So this would be my ideal absolute beginner loadout. And the reason this is a thing is because the AR that you can get from the quick shop is absolute trash. It is not worth anything. So you want to use the pistol in the beginning. I can't stress that enough. The pistol is really, really good for this. Okay, so let's say you've been playing for a little while, you leveled up Osiris faction a little bit, and you have access to the Scarab. This is gonna be my more intermediate, still beginner, but like the next level up from the regular K pistol loadout. So what I would do for this loadout is obviously you want to do a helmet, a backpack. I will use a tactical shield here over the regular shield. It's 500 more marks. It's a little bit more expensive, but it allows you to move faster and use less stamina. So I like that. It makes you very versatile, and I think it's worth it. I would bring a Scarab. Bring some 250 bullets, I think, which is enough. You could put 50 in your safe pockets if you want. Bring 1 med kit and 5 stims. Like, this is my typical loadout for going in on loot runs. If I'm going in with a friend or something and we're trying to PvP, I might swap the Scarab out for, let's say, the SMG or maybe the sniper, things like that. But this is a good loadout after you level up Osiris a little bit and get access to that Scarab. This loadout will allow, you can PvP with this loadout. Like, the Scarab is a very underrated, really strong 3-round burst pistol. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is pretty important. This one I didn't figure out until like my 10th drop, but when you go to deploy down to a map, you have this option for item insurance here. And how this works is if you turn it on, right, everything on the right side here is insured. So basically I'm paying 1,160 K marks to get this item insurance, but if I die, I get paid out 2,900, right? So the reason why this is worth it is because if I successfully evacuate from this raid, right, I'm going to, mostly I average between 8 to 10K K marks per raid if I evacuate. So I'm paying 1,100. If I come out with 8K, I made a profit of 6K, right? But if I die, I only paid 1,100 and I get 2,900 back. So it's almost like there's no reason to not get the insurance almost every single raid. Like, there really is no reason, like, unless your insurance is like, it's charging you like 20K, get the insurance, because it will save you and it will give you money even if you die, and you are gonna die. Like, the hard reality of it is you will die. This is a tough game. People die, and even the good players die. So get the insurance. It's 100% worth it, guys. Anyways, guys, that's everything I've got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you did. Share it with your friends if they're trying to play the cycle. And like I said, I'm giving out beta keys on my Twitch stream. So if you haven't followed me on there yet, it's in the description below this video. Head on over to my Twitch and follow me there. Definitely subscribe to this channel if you guys like these videos. Turn on those post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. All right, guys, until next time, take care. How do I put it down?
Put it here.
Over there. Just press F. Here we go. Here.
Jeez.
I mean, they're pretty chill, unless they shoot us.
That's what I'm thinking, dude.
Welcome, gentlemen.
All right, boys, let's go.